300. What's the deal? It's your folks, Shaka. I wanted to share my thoughts with y'all real quick. So yeah, I wanted to speak about a very important topic that I've been meaning to get around to for a couple of weeks, but I was kind of tied up. But I had some time today. And so this is a video that, you know, we are gonna kind of just leave everywhere, okay? We're not gonna take it down because we believe that this is a message that whoever receive it should definitely receive it, okay? And so just getting into it, y'all may have heard down in Florida, they had a kid that beat a teacher unconscious, okay, because she confiscated a Nintendo Switch from him, okay? Now basically, if you all have seen the video, y'all can kind of see that he caught her out in the hall, and when he jumped on her, it took them a little bit to get him up off of her, you know what I'm saying? I believe that there was a student that kind of came through and, you know what I'm saying, took a chance herself, and she was able to kind of push him off of her, off the woman, and they got things under control at that point, all right? But I wanted to speak on this situation then, and I still want to speak on it now because it just doesn't seem like, at least we are not seeing the conversations that we believe we should see, okay, behind such a situation, okay? You know, because it was serious, all right? And so that's why I wanted to speak on it, man. I wanted to kind of like, you know, share what I thought about the whole situation, and also share what I believe, all right, should be implemented in these schools, okay, or at least talked about to ensure that everybody is safe, okay, from the staff to the students. And so, yeah, man, but just getting into it, number one, obviously we know that they're saying the source of the reason this happened is because she took a switch from this student, okay? But number one, I'm willing to believe that considering how that played out, there was a lot more going on, okay, before that even happened, all right? And I have told y'all this before, and I stand on this. You know, so-called black people, they are less likely to harm other groups of people, all right? And when they do it, especially in a environment or setting like that, they are typically provoked a whole lot, okay, before they snap like that, all right? And so I'm willing to believe that there was a lot more going on before that situation occurred. And I've said this before, man. One of the issues right now with so-called black children being in these public schools is the majority of the people that are in the schools teaching them are people that are highly out of touch, okay? They are highly out of touch, you know, and they kind of come in with a lot of these beliefs that they have about so-called black people, whether they learned it in a book or they're learning it through media or whatever, that is not what it is, okay? And then oftentimes they end up running into a wake-up call. A lot of times it's not, you know, violent like this, but, you know, they end up being brought into a realization that it ain't what they thought it was, okay? And I think that that is a serious issue, and I think that they have done nothing about it. I think that, first off, I think the what really should be happening is you should have more so-called black teachers, all right, that are actually from the cloth, teaching the children, okay, which is very possible, okay. I think that it should be like that first and foremost, but if not that, a lot of these teachers, man, they need to be doing these residencies like doctors, okay? And if they are doing them, they need to be reevaluated, okay? But they need to have some time out here actually learning a lot more about the people that they are pulling up to teach before they assume those positions, because a lot of times they pull up highly out of touch, okay? Second, I don't believe at all teachers should confiscate anything. That should not be the teacher's job, okay? All right, that could place them in a dangerous situation unless they really have to, like the student has something and they're about to threaten another student right there. Obviously you can't get security to just pull up in time. You might have to act right then and there. But like in a situation like that, security or some special group, all right, should be pulling up to confiscate those types of things from students, okay? 100%. You would think they would have that implemented, but obviously they don't, okay? Number two, in my opinion, I think that staff should not have guns, but they should have some type of pepper spray. Okay? They should have some type of pepper spray. Because a lot of those people were kind of scared, to really try to do something. And you knew that also it was a situation where that kid kind of like had some type of hate for that teacher that developed over time. Because the person that got him off, they wasn't really nobody. I think it was like a student. It was like a female or something like that. And so the target was on that teacher, okay? And so, but I think that, staff should have some type of pepper spray. Because I think that, they were a little scared to address him physically, including the security. All right? Which brings me to the next thing, man. In my opinion, you got to have some security that's about that life. Because, when you're dealing with young students like that, they be more likely to take off. You know what I'm saying? They are more likely to be thinking irrational and not thinking about much of anything at all. Not jail, not none of that. They kids. All right? So you're going to have to have somebody up in there that's going to, be about that action. And to be real with you, I think when it comes to school and protecting the children, that should be the so-called black man. That is my opinion. And that second, other men of African descent. All right? I just don't trust them other dudes up in there, man. Doing the job of protecting the students like that. Unless it's a large, very large number of them. Okay, but with the so-called black man, like I said, it's from the cloth. Okay? Your chances are better of seeing a situation like that dispelled way more quickly. All right, before it got out of line like that. That's just my opinion, man. And so those are some of the things I really wanted to talk about, man. But they really need to sit down and think about some of these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Because again, that situation could have been avoided. All right. And I don't think that kid should be facing no 30 years behind that. I just do not think that should be the case. I think that these governments, okay, and these so-called smart people that y'all be putting in these places because they got these old little raggedy rinky-dink degrees, they need to do better. All right? That is what they are in the position for. It's 300.